Prince Amleth sees his father coming back from the war finally. He hurries and tells her mother about the arrival of the king. Both prince and queen welcome the king from his recent quest. King Orvandil gives a necklace to the young prince as a gift with the reminder that he will take his place one day. During the celebration, King's brother Fjölnir receives the news of his newborn son Thur. Later at night, the king tells the queen that he is injured and the time is near when Price will take over the throne. Later that night he takes Prince Amleth for his coming-of-age ceremony. There they meet the shaman, Hymir, who gives them a sacred drink. Father and son drink from the bowl and howls into the night like wolves. After completing the ceremony, they are attacked by a group of villagers. King tells his son to run away. The prince hides behind the trees and watches the whole scene from a distance. King's brother, Fjölnir, kills him and claims the crown. He then orders his men to find the prince and present his head to him. The prince is followed by the men, when one man tackles him to the ground. Amleth uses his pocket knife and stabs his opponent on the face. He then runs away. Upon coming back to village, he sees Fjölnir carrying his mother on his shoulder while his mother was screaming for help. The man reports that the prince jumped into the water and that he is dead. But Amleth continues his journey to save himself and takes a boat into the sea to escape the place. He sears to avenge for his father's death and promises to save his mother and kill Fjölnir. Years later, Amleth joins a group of Vikings still repeating the same mantra to avenge his father, save his mother and kill Fjölnir. The Vikings row in a ship to the land of Valhall. Once they arrive the land, they dance around fire at night and psyching themselves in a murderous frenzy wearing skins of wolves and bears, preparing them for the battle. By the morning they lose all the control and moves in a berserk mode. Amleth also attacks and slaughters everyone in his way. He kills a person with his bare hands and feeds on him and howls into the sky celebrating his win. The chief of the group says that he knew when he found him that he has a heart of cold iron. After the raid, they gather women and children in a cottage and set it on fire while the men celebrate their win drinking and dancing. After that Amleth goes to explore the area when he sees a witch who recognizes him as Prince Amleth. She reminds him of his promise to take revenge of his father's murder. She then gives him the last tear drop and tells him that he will confront his enemy at the gates of hell and there he has to choose between his family and revenge. In the morning Amleth hears someone talking that Fjölnir lost his kingdom after he killed his brother and now lives somewhere in Iceland. Amleth sees the opportunity by changing his appearance by cutting his hair and trimming his beard. Amleth brands himself as a slave and joins the group that is set for the Iceland. On the boat, he encounters a girl named Olga from Birch Forest. The girl is comforting other women in a strange language. Along the way, the boat hits a huge storm. Amleth saves the girl and keeps her close to him all the time. By the time boat reaches the Iceland, they both share a bond of mutual attraction towards each other and to take revenge against their owner. After arriving the small village, Amleth sees Fjölnir and his mother. Amleth disguises himself as Björnolfr. Fjölnir is impressed by his build so he selects him as a worker and warns him that if he is untrustworthy like a wolf, he'll put him down by his own hands. At the night, all the slaves are locked in a cottage. After everyone is sleeping, Amleth sneaks out of the cottage to steal a weapon. During this he sees Fjölnir and his mother in an intimate way with each other. Amleth finds the situation disturbing and strange. Right after that he sees a little wolf trying to get his attention. After following the wolf, he comes across a cave. He meets a seer, Ingvar, who happens to have Willem Dafoe's skull sitting next to him. He pulls out some hairs off the skull and throws them in the fire to see the future. He tells Amleth that a sword will make him unbeatable. The sword goes by the name of Dradger or Nightblade and that the sword can only be sheathed by his true owner and that he can only use it at night. The following night, Amleth again manages to escape the cottage and continue to search for the sword. He finds the sword in a cave in hands of a mummified king. When he tries to take the sword, the mummified king confronts him to a battle. Amleth manages to win the battle and gets his hands on the Nightblade. He hides the blade on the roof of the cottage and manages to get back in the cottage without anyone noticing his absence. The next morning, he is informed that the slaves are going to play a game against another village. Thur asks him if he can fight and decides to let him play the game. Amleth together with other fellows face off the enemy in a brutal game. Amleth manages to win the game and also save his younger brother, Gunnar. The village celebrates the win while dancing and drinking. Thur rewards him by promoting his position as a worker and giving him Olga. But he reminds him that there will always be a slave to them. Amleth and Olga spend night together in the forest and both take oath to kill Fjölnir. The next night, Amleth kills some of Thur's men and make a display of their bodies on the wall. In the morning, Thur mourns his friend's death in rage and promises to avenge their blood. The elder of the clan tells them that marks are of a night blade and that blade is hungry for blood. The villagers prepare for a sacrifice at night and tell slaves to protect the village at all cost. Amleth and Olga see this as an opportunity and decide to cast a spell on the villagers. Olga, who was on kitchen duty that night, casts spell on the mushrooms and adds them to the food. After the dinner, all men are in a hysteric state because of the sorcery and starts hallucinating. Some even take their own life by stabbing themselves. Amleth tells Olga that he will meet her at the dawn after he save his mother. After entering his mother's chamber, Amleth reveals his true identity to the queen and tells her that he is here to save her and his brother Gunnar. His mother tells him that she was the one who plotted his father's murder with Fjölnir. She continues saying that his father never loved her and neither did she. She tells him that his father took her against her wish and she lived a life of slave until he was born. She tells him that his father was a coward and that she begged Fjölnir to help her and kill his brother. She also tells her that she asked Fjölnir to kill him as he is his father's son. Amleth denies the truth, saying that he saw her screaming when Fjölnir took her against her wish. Queen declines by saying that she was laughing in ecstasy that she was finally free. Upon hearing the news, Amleth is enraged and promises to take revenge of his father. Before leaving the village, he kills Thura by his sword and takes out his heart with him. The next morning, Fjölnir is livid when he finds his son's body. Queen tells him about the revelation of Amleth and that he is the one who killed him. Upon hearing the news, he decides to kill Olga unless she tells them the whereabouts of Amleth. Upon seeing the situation from the distance, Amleth comes forward and offers Thura's heart in exchange of Olga. The tribe men attack Amleth. Amleth one by one fights them off and sees that Olga escapes the village. He then surrenders after seeing her escape the clan. The tribe then tortures him, but their swords cannot harm him in any way. Fjölnir performs last rites of his son's burial and offers a sacrifice of horse and a woman to the god. At night, Ravens comes to the cottage and untie his rope. In the state of oblivion, he dreams that Odin comes and takes him on a flying horse towards the light. After the burial, Fjölnir comes to know that Amleth escaped from the village. In the morning, Amleth wakes up from his deep slumber and sees himself sitting in hot water spring. He then comes to know that Olga saved him last night. They both decide to leave their vengeance and start a new life. Amleth uses his connections and finds a boat that will take them from the Iceland. On the boat, he comes to know that Olga is pregnant with his child. He then decides to kill Fjölnir for once and all, so that his family can live in the peace. Olga does not support his decision, but he jumps out of the boat and tells the men to safely take Olga to the destination. Upon arriving the village, he sets it on fire and frees the slaves from their slavery. Fjölnir soon hears news about his arrival. He tells his son and queen to hide themselves in the chamber and do not come out of there. But Amleth goes straight to find Fjölnir in his chamber. In the chambers, he is attacked by his mother. While defending himself, he kills his mother with the sword. Just then he is attacked by Gunnar, who continues to stab him multiple times with his knife. Amleth also kills him. Just then Fjölnir appears. Fjölnir takes both dead bodies with him and tells Amleth to meet him at the gates of hell. After that, slaves sets whole village to the fire to soothe their anger. Amleth continues his way to the gates of hell. There he finds his mother's dead body along with his brother's dead body. He takes a look at them and blesses them peaceful afterlife. After that he comes across Fjölnir. Both men fight each other in a brutal battle. In the end, Amleth kills Fjölnir by beheading him while Fjölnir kills him by stabbing him in the heart. Just then, in the state of delirium, Amleth sees his family tree. He then once again dreams himself of riding a flying horse and going towards a bright light. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe for more epic videos. We will see you at the next one.